the controls, and when a guy named Axl Rose calls me, that's exactly what I'm going to do. What's going on, Axl?
What's happening? Getting ready to play.
Yeah, man. So welcome to Seattle, dude.
Yeah, well, right now it's beating Vancouver.
Yeah, so you want to address last night at all?
Sure. We were going to play a show, and the plug got pulled on us. We were fully able to meet our commitments, and we don't really understand what happened right now, why the show was pulled. We have a legal team looking into it to get to the bottom of it, and then they'll have to sort out things about the people that bought tickets and things like that. But basically, the building manager just decided, in all of our opinion, prematurely that the show was just canceled. And he didn't discuss it with anyone. He just announced it over the we found out, my guys found out over the public address system.
I had read that you were like stuck in L.A. or something, and they were...
No, I was in the air. I was in a plane on the way to the show. It gets complicated.
Yeah.
The manager of the building said that the doors wouldn't open until he had confirmation that we were wheels up, that the plane was in the air. And as soon as he had that confirmation, he canceled the show without telling anybody.
That takes some balls, man.
And not only did he cancel the show, and before this, I don't know if it was a riot or a disturbance, whatever started, they had police at the airport trying to find out what was going on with me. So it's all kind of screwy.
Well, let's look ahead to tonight. Tonight will be the kickoff, and tonight I know is going to be an exciting night for a lot of people because, you know, other than your appearance on MTV, you look great on that, dude. You look really, really good. Like, you know what? Axl has not lost. He has not lost a step, not lost a beat. You were on it, and tonight people have been waiting, dude. You know, this is going to be the biggest night in a lot of people's the biggest night in a lot of people's life in 9 years, bro.
Well, you're too kind, but the MTV thing was a lot of fun, and we just basically, we were working on putting that little medley together on that day because we didn't know we were playing it until a couple of days before it because it was still in negotiations. So, you know, we were really happy to be able to do that. It just blew all of our minds when, you know, we were out there and doing it. It was like when the curtain went up, it was like, is this really happening? So and we're excited to be doing this. This is still a prelim of trying to get some road legs with this lineup, with this band. You know, we just did a mini tour in Asia and in Europe a little bit, and now we're doing this, and we're also out to show people that, you know, this band rocks. This band can play. This band does justice to the old material, and it's a really exciting thing to watch in its own right. I got to say, regarding the MTV thing, when you said, is this really happening, from a viewer's standpoint, I was saying the exact same thing. I couldn't believe it. Well, what has been the biggest challenge for you, and actually on the other side of that, the best thing for you of getting the new lineup together and getting out there? Well, the biggest challenge is that in working with these people, you know, I developed kind of one-on-one individual relationships and little groups in putting this thing together. I mean, this isn't a band of a bunch of guys that met each other at a bar or found each other through, you know, ads in the paper or anything. It's been, you know, I've carefully looked for these individual people and their personalities and how exciting each one of them is and what they bring to this project. So then the challenge was, you know, working with all those different personalities and bringing those personalities together, especially personalities that, you know, when they have to learn how to play other people's materials, then that's difficult as well. So there was a lot of challenges in bringing that together, but now everyone's pretty excited. Everyone got really excited doing the little mini tour, and that brought us together more as an actual band rather than a studio band where everybody's kind of working separately, maybe even on the same songs in little clusters here and there, but it's not the same thing as actually being a stage and road band. You've really, it sounds like really nurtured relationships with these guys, and the new disc, Chinese Democracy, do you have any idea when the fruits of those labors will come to harvest? Sometime during the next year. With the guys, I mean, I do have a really positive relationship with the individual members, and each one of them, you know, it excites me with what they bring to it creatively or just as a person, and how each one of them works really hard, because I think anyone that watches this project at all also sees the abuse that this project goes through, and these guys shoulder that really, really well, and they don't have a problem dealing with it, and I have to, just respect the hell out of that with these guys.
Absolutely. I mean, it's with everything that Guns N' Roses has been through over the decades, and now you're back and you got the new lineup. You yourself, actually, I think, have you made a conscious effort over the years to remain out of the public eye, or does that just come natural to you? Because
no, it didn't exactly come natural, but I would say that, originally I was shy, and then we would fight through it, and, a lot of substance abuse would get you out there in front of those cameras. You get like, hey, I can do anything. Yeah. And that was like in the past, but also a lot of this has had to also do with there's a lot of really difficult legal situations that have gone on over the years, and I haven't been quite the recluse that people make it out. I just don't go places where people are taking my pictures, or I know that's going to happen, or there's going to be interviews or looking for the public spotlight. I have stayed out of that. There's also, though, talking in interviews about anything that I would say would turn around and be used against me in these various behind-the-scenes court cases, and they were all very, very complicated, and things lasted for years in all kinds of cases that the public doesn't really know about yet, and it's little by little it'll be more time for me to talk about those things, but I'm more interested then in having the music talk first, and then I'll say what happened later. Absolutely.
Let's talk about the opening bands tonight. You've got the Mixmaster from the Beastie Boys with you, is that right?
Mixmaster Mike, he's done some work with them. It's like he's actually worked with Brain and Bucket on, in the past, but separate from Brain and Bucket having worked with them, Tommy was the person that turned me on to Mixmaster Mike by having me go see a Scratch show when they had this movie out, Scratch, and go to a performance of that. And Robin and I went with Tommy down to watch that, and it was really exciting to watch. And he just moved the people in a cool way, and it was cool that Tommy and Robin really liked it so much. And then by this guy, they didn't know that this guy already had a relationship with Bucket and Brain, so it just kind of seems natural because of their enthusiasm, and then the other guys already knowing him and being excited about it. And then we're also playing with CKY, which is kind of a thing that people are into right now, and they have a really interesting attitude, so should be fun.
Absolutely, looking really forward to it, man.
We want to give people a full show. I mean, of a few different things to see.
What those people who are sitting right now in their cars listening to this, on their way to the show, anticipating what they're going to see, is this going to be a typical in-your-face, lots of explosions, lots of loud rock, Guns N' Roses show that we've? It's going to
be a big rock show. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the staging of it, and pyro and different things like that. So it will be a big show. But also, this show is something that is designed to be growing, over the next couple of years. It's like this is the start of something, but then remember, we will be putting out a record, and then, about a year or so after that, we'll be putting out another one. So there'll be a lot more material added into the set with a lot more things going on. This is the beginning, and we need to be showing people, a lot of the older material, but it will grow.
I'll let you go, Axel, because I know your guy told me you had just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I got to get down to sound check.
I got one last question
before they cancel the show.
Oh, yeah. One last thing. What are some of your fondest memories of the past that you hope to carry forward, dude?
What I like best about performing is when you know that you've done a show that the crowd, not like they go, oh yeah, Axel, you were the man or something.